terrorism in the U.S.? Question mark. Terror at the border. Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich sending a letter to President Biden warning that prisoners freed by the Taliban could take advantage of the border crisis crossing into the U.S. from Mexico. Joining me right now to discuss that letter is Attorney General of Arizona, Mark Brnovich. And General, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for being here, AG. Why do you feel this way? I know that there have already been terrorists, people on the terror watch list that have been apprehended at the border. Do you see any other evidence of potential more given this prison outbreak in Afghanistan?
Maria, when I sent that letter last week, I specifically referenced the thousands of terrorists that are being released from custody in Afghanistan. We know that the Biden administration has failed to secure our southern border. We know that we're seeing record amounts of people come across our southern border. And as you just mentioned, literally there are people on the terror watch list that have been apprehended. The sad irony is that actually information was actually available on the Customs and Border Patrol website, but then it mysteriously disappeared because the Biden administration does not want people to know about the chaos that they've created on our southern border. I mean, just this year, since Mayorkas is DHS secretary, 1 million people have been apprehended illegally crossing your southern border. It's like the entire state of Delaware. And then there's tens of thousands of gotaways, people that don't want to be apprehended, people with gang affiliations, people that are tied to terror groups, people that mean to do you harm and our families harm. And so it's absolutely unconscionable what the Biden administration has done to our southern border. And America is less safe as a result of these failed border policies. Border security is national security. Please do not forget that.
Well, I mean, you're right, and it's just outrageous that this administration refuses to acknowledge what's taking place at the border. Then you've got the Supreme Court basically saying, yes, the administration must reinstate remain in Mexico. But the president of Mexico says that while his country was committed to aiding the U.S. in addressing immigration, the help would not last forever. The president there, Lopez Obrador, calling for efforts to be made to get to the problems in Central America that caused this surge. It seems to me that Mexico is on the verge of saying, no, we don't want everybody waiting in Mexico.
Yeah, I think, Maria, as a result of the failed Biden administration policies, it's not only the president of Mexico, I think throughout the world, the Biden administration has sent a very strong message that it may be bad to be an enemy of the United States, but it's worse to be an ally. Everyone right now is essentially punking the president of the United States, and Americans are dying from it. Our communities are less safe, and we see the surge of fentanyl coming across our southern border. The president of Mexico talks about spending money to address the root causes. Look, we do not need to spend hundreds of millions of American taxpayer dollars to know why people want to come to the United States. This is the greatest country in the world. But this is the greatest country, though, and I can say this as a first-generation American, is because we have the rule of law. We have a system in place where we don't have chaos, where people have to follow the rules, you play by the rules, you get ahead in America. And what the Biden administration is doing is unilaterally gutting that principle all along our southern border and sending a message internationally that it is okay to do whatever you want when it comes to the United States of America. And America is less safe because of that.
Of course. I mean, this is basic. I mean, you know, it makes you wonder who exactly voted for all of this. Now, on Thursday of this week, you sent a letter to the Maricopa County officials in Arizona that they must comply with an election audit subpoena from the Arizona State Senate, or they will lose state funding. Will Americans ever understand and know what took place in Maricopa County and the result of this audit?
You know, once again, Maria, it's all about the rule of law. That's what separates the United States from third world countries. And, you know, there may be debates about the wisdom of the audit or how it's being conducted, but the bottom line is this, is a Superior Court judge found we had supported the Senate's right to conduct the audit. The county originally said, okay, they're going to comply. They didn't even appeal that decision, and they've dragged their feet. They refused to turn over the records. So we had to tell the county officials, if they do not comply within 30 days, they're going to risk losing all of their share of state funding, which is about $700 million. So now the county supervisors are literally gambling with $700 million of taxpayers' dollars in order to prove some point. So I say, let's follow the rules, let's follow the court decision, turn over the information to the Senate. They have the lawful and legal authority to conduct their audit. Like I said, the supervisors may not like it, but they get to do their audit. And let's just wait for the results of that audit.
Well, why don't they like it, Mark? I mean, what's the problem? Turn over the information.
Well, Maria, I'm not sure. I can't speak to the supervisors. I can just say that under Arizona law, and a Superior Court judge originally agreed that the Senate subpoenas were lawful. The county has to comply with those subpoenas. And so we have put them on legal notice, our office on legal notice, that if they don't comply within 30 days, they're going to risk losing $700 million. They will lose $700 million or more of their shared revenue from the state.
All right, AG, we're going to be following that and watching as you stick to your guns on the 30-day mark. Mark Brnovich, thanks very much for your efforts here.
Thank you,
the Attorney
Maria.
General of Arizona.